Greetings, fifth graders. It's time for reading class. Please take out your Reader-Writer Workshop book and your Turn Practice workbook. All right, in your Reader-Writer Workshop, you want to open up to page 342. 342. On page 342, you are going to read this page, Ask and Answer Questions. If you would rather log into Connect Ed, you can also have this read to you. Ask and answer questions. So go ahead, pause the video right now while you read this page, and then we will talk through it just a little bit more. So read page 342, Ask and Answer Questions in your Reader-Writer Workshop book right now. Pause the video. All right, now that you've read Ask and Answer Questions in your book, what is the main idea of that little beige box on your page? It's an excerpt from the story, the selection that you read. What is the main idea? Like a big storm, the destructive power of wildfires is terrifying. On the other hand, naturally occurring wildfires are also productive forces. All right, the main idea is that wildfires are both destructive and productive. Oops. Destructive and productive. And if I stop moving my mouse, you'll be able to see, yep, productive and destructive. They are both. All right, now turn in your Reader-Writer Workshop book to this page, expository text, and pause the video while you read through this page right now. So read expository text on page 344 in your Reader-Writer Workshop book, and pause the video right now. All right, now that you have read page 344 about expository text, you know all about expository text now. The main things you need to know is that expository text gives information about a topic. For instance, you just read a lot about wildfires. So one topic. Expository text gives information about a topic. Expository text also develops the topic with facts and examples, and it explains a lot of things. It gives lots of explanations. So it gives facts, examples, and explanations. And the third thing, some expository text may contain graphs and photographs like the one on this page. You have some photographs of fire, and you also have some graphs. Not all the time, but it may include graphs and photographs. All right, last page for you to read. You're going to pause the video once again and read page 345 about context clues in your Reader-Writer Workshop book. So right now, pause the video and read page 345 in your Reader-Writer Workshop book, all about context clues. Pause the video now. All right, now that you've read about context clues, I want to highlight that context clues, when you're looking for the meaning of an unfamiliar word, maybe you know it, maybe it might have a different definition you're not familiar with, look for synonyms around that word, or look for antonyms, words with the opposite meaning. Synonyms are words with the same meaning, or look for something to be compared, and that'll help you figure out the meaning of an unidentified word. For example, we're going to look at these three examples, productive. So looking back in your text, I'm going to read this box right here. This is from the wildfires selection. Look for the word productive. Like a big storm, the destructive power of wildfires is terrifying. On the other hand, naturally occurring wildfires are also productive forces. Whether their flames race through a forest, a prairie, or acres of brush, these fires produce necessary changes in their environment. Like rain, they can allow new life to flourish. Did you find the word productive? All right, here's the word productive. On the other hand, naturally occurring wildfires are also productive forces. Now let's look around it. Are there any synonyms or antonyms or comparisons that help us know what productive means? Like a big storm, the destructive power of wildfires is terrifying. That sounds pretty bad, right? Destructive sounds terrifying. On the other hand, here we have a phrase, on the other hand, naturally occurring wildfires are also productive forces. Sounds like we have an antonym there. Destructive is an antonym of productive. So if we know something destroys, something that produces or is productive, develops something, produces something. All right, our next word we're looking for is regenerate. Look for the word regenerate while I read what's in the box. Wildfires have happened throughout history, and they help to regenerate Earth and its species. When vegetation decays, wildfires clear it away so that new plant life can grow. Did you find the word regenerate? There it is, regenerate. Now let's look for synonyms, antonyms, or comparisons around it. Wildfires have happened throughout history, and they help to regenerate Earth and its species. When vegetation decays, wildfires clear it away so that new plant life can grow. I feel like we kind of have an example. New plant life can grow. We have some opposites. When life decays or vegetation declares, wildfires clear it away so that new plant life can grow. All right, and our third word is diversity. Look for the word diversity while I read what's in the box. At the same time, fire promotes diversity. It ensures that plant life will exist at different stages of development. For example, a forest recently struck by fire will have new seedlings. Not far away, in a forest struck by fire 20 years earlier, there may be small trees, and nearby, there may be a forest of mature trees untouched by fire for years. Did you find the word diversity? There it is, near the top. At the same time, fire promotes diversity. It ensures that plant life will exist at different stages of development. So diversity, it kind of gives us a comparison or an example. It ensures that plant life will exist at different stages of development. Diversity means different. Do you see some similarities in the two words, diversity and different? Yeah, that's on purpose. All right, your homework today. You are doing some workbook pages. The first one looks like this, of floods and fish, and it is 2 pages. The second page looks like this. Read both of them very carefully and then move on to the next page where you have questions. Number 1, what comparison does the phrase just as indicate in the second paragraph? So you need to go back to the second paragraph, find the phrase just as, and what does that indicate? Does it indicate what does it indicate a comparison between? This is being compared to that in the second paragraph. And number 2, in what way are the main ideas of the selections called dead zone and the threat of invasion alike? So think about, what is the main idea of the dead zone? Maybe you want to underline it in your workbook page. And what is the main idea of threat of invasion? Maybe you want to underline that one too. And how are those two main ideas alike? How are they similar? So write one sentence there. How are the main ideas of those two sections alike? And number 3, are the ideas in the selection supporting life similar to or different from the ideas in the previous 2 selections? So again, you got to look at the section supporting life. What is the main idea, or what are the ideas in supporting life? And are those ideas, or the main idea in supporting life, is that similar to or different from the previous 2 sections? So is it similar or different from dead zone and threat of invasion? And it also says explain. So tell me what's similar or what is different compared to the other 2 sections. All right, your next workbook page looks like this. It's an example of expository text. Looks like you got a nice feature of a graph there, hint, hint. So read this short thing, look at the graph, and then look at the questions. They look like this. Number 1, how do you know this is expository text? Well, tell me what features it possesses that it has expository text. Number 2, is the heading a strong heading for the text? Why or why not? The heading is kind of like a title, right? So is it a good, strong title for the text? Does it make sense? Why or why not? Make sure you answer both of those questions. Number 3, what text feature does this text include? Oops, sorry, kind of gave you that answer before. Hopefully you were listening. If not, you can always rewind this video just a little bit and find the answer to number 3. Number 4, what do you learn from the text feature and its title. Ooh, so that text feature has a title. What do you learn from the text feature and from its title? Just one sentence there can answer that one. And your last page deals with context clues. Read each passage. Underline the context clues that help you figure out the meaning of each word in bold. Then write the word's meaning on the line. Well, you're writing definitions, folks, so you do not have to write in complete sentence. Write the definition on the line and underline the context clues in the sentence that helped you figure out the meaning of that bold word. So underline the context clues, write the definition. No complete sentences are necessary. So please do all of these workbook pages. And then, in summary, this is what you're going to do. You should have read these pages in your Reader Writer Workshop book with me, and then we discuss them, or you listen to me discuss them. Then you're going to do your workbook pages, page 223 to 227. You are going to answer the questions in Google Form. This is where I'm going to take some of the questions from your worksheet, put them in a Google Form, and you need to type out your answers so that I can see them clearly, read them clearly, and that's what I'm really going to score. And then finally, the last thing, you need to submit a picture of your workbook pages so that I know you did all of them and you worked hard on them. So submit a picture and fill out the Google Form. All right, fifth graders, as always, if you have any questions, please use the Flipgrid attached to this assignment. And that's all. Goodbye.